Hey and welcome to another production breakdown. This song is a song that was on my album. It is on my album and the album is out now. Now the album has had over 500,000 streams across all of the songs so far, which is mind-blowing. So some of you may know this song, some of you may have heard this before. Hopefully if you follow this channel you definitely will have done. The song is called Young and Free and I produced and wrote this with my friend Isaac Tyler, and all the instruments were played in different places across Europe over the span of 6 months when I went on a tour to meet strangers to write this album. And so it was a really unconventional way of recording. I hadn't really done anything on that kind of scale before, so you'll see a lot of the production things you'll be like, why has he done that? Or it just feels messy. I've not organised this project in any way, shape or form like I do nowadays. And I know I keep saying that, but as I keep doing these breakdowns, you'll start to see how things change in my world over the last, this is 2 years ago. So we go back a long time with these production breakdowns. So, in a little shortly into the future, that doesn't make sense. Soon you'll be seeing productions that I'm doing now and getting that real sense. But what I like to share about this is showing that you can get great sounds just out of putting things together how you do it in the moment. I don't know how the best way to say it, but if you just don't really know the professional way to do things, I guess I want to show that doesn't necessarily matter. And as long as it sounds good, that is all that really matters about making music, and the rest of it's all subjective. So without further ado, let's jump into this project and show you the recording process of Young and Free.
In the summer, my friends would come knocking, asking my mama if I could come play. She'd turn around and smile.
So this is a clip of the final chorus, so you can see what we're building up to, and you'll hear how great and raw it is. This is before mixing. This is before. You can even say this is. You can see at the top the song. The name of the project is For Mix. So this is when I got it to a stage where I then hand it over to the guys who would then shine it up and buffer those edges.
'Cause we were young, and we were free, and we were innocent, weren't we? Yeah, we were innocent, weren't we? 'Cause we were young, and we were free, and we were innocent, weren't we? Yeah, we were innocent, weren't we?
Cool, let's get into it. So first stop, this song was written on this piano right here with Isaac stood right there, and this was the first melody. This was the melody I remember playing it and Isaac going, "Oh," and he just did that and he went, "Oh," I knew he'd hit something. So the piano, really simple, just a really honest classic piano track. There's nothing else to really say about that. This is in no particular order on how it was created, so I'm just going to take you through track by track and we'll work things out as we go. So the next two bits here I know were done in Germany with my friend George K, and he absolutely loves synths. He just knows everything about synths, and we just wanted some textures. We wanted up for that final chorus, we just wanted something extra. He wasn't even going to play on this song, was George, but I knew he had the toolkit to just add that little bit of summit. So here's one of his keyboards, the Deep Mind, and it was a pad. When I unfreeze them. What I love about that pad is it was actually played. It's all analog. There was no MIDI involved. It's all analog synthesizers, no digital, nothing. Great textures there, and white noise. Spelled that wrong. This was through one of his synths, and he was stood there playing with all these little knobs that made all of these cool sounds, playing with what's called the LFOs to get that kind of sounds. Really, really cool. Okay, Isaac's vocal looks like it's next in line. Chopped out all the gaps by the looks of it. Didn't do too much else to it other than a bit of tuning, plugins I don't really use anymore. Nice reverbs, which I assume is going to be... Oh, that one's actually that one's a Logic verb. That's H verb, which is a Waves plugin, and an Abbey Road one as well.
I'm going down to our place by the river. We can dance by the sycamore tree. We all
Beautiful. Layered with vocoder, which is the...
know it's never gonna die, no matter where my home is a quiet.
So that's the pre-chorus. Just hear that on its own. Oh, you can't.
As long as I'm alive, as long as you're back before it.
Love that.
Got on my bike and we headed for sunset.
Really cool way to add size to it, considering there's only one vocal here. We didn't even double it. Would I double it now? Probably. I probably would double it now and do a few different things to it, but it's in the moment, guys. You're seeing it raw. And I like... Shit, no, I'm not going to say that. Okay, guitars. So we met up with my friend Dave, who I actually used to go to uni with, and I hadn't seen him since uni, and he was like, dude, I want to help with this album. So we went to York, up north, and sat by the side of the race course and did these guitars on a very windy and cold, miserable day. But we had an absolute blast doing it, and these tracks are called Chug, Drop D. I haven't even panned these. Oh no, I have panned them. I used Direction Mixer back then. Wow. Old school. Now, the mistake I remember making with this was that Dave had a pedal board and he had a really nice reverb on it, which actually in hindsight really limited us with the mix. So I definitely wouldn't do that approach again. But you know, making use of what we've got. I don't think anybody's noticing that nowadays. Good bit of cordage. Technical term, that. Beautiful. And we do have a Abbey Road on there, and we do have a delay on there as well. Again, I wouldn't do it in any of that order, and I wouldn't use any of those plugins, but really, really doesn't sound bad to me at all. Beautiful. Bit of a flange going on there. So adds that kind of like kind of sound to it. Let's turn that flange up so you can hear it. Yeah, cool. Beautiful playing by Dave there as well. I'd love to hear how this record would come out if we did it now. Nice. Bit of delay, guitar amp. That's what it sounded like before. Everything that I put on it. Sounds flipping lovely. Dave solo. What a shredder this guy is. Why are we getting feedback? Is this why? Yeah. Nice. And he absolutely shredded a solo at the end. Yeah, I'm in on it. I'm totally in on it. Nice, and I really like the bubbling sound that we've got on it. Just like really degraded the audio on it, and I remember doing that in the session. We bounced it down, and I just like it. I just like it. This is like a classic, I guess, like band recording, let's say. So there's not that much production. I mean, you guys that have been watching this channel, you know how many extra keyboards and synths and sound effects and little things I stick in all over the place. But this track just didn't need it. Raw and as it was, really analog, organic, and genuine, real playing throughout the whole thing. Very little MIDI other than the vocoder. Some little hints at non-organic sounds. You guys know I like my little scorpion tail as well. So let's just hear those two separate. You got the snap, which is American for like click, which has sounds like, oh yeah, it's got a filter on it, so there's no top end. Same with the scorpion tail. Actually is a scorpion tail. And then linked with those is really, really nice. So let's hear how all that's sounding.
Down to the bottom of my street, where my brother and sister would play. They would always see me coming and hide behind the car. I'd only see them running away.
Oh, beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I love how raw this is, and I think it just really leaves it to the songwriting. So, kicks. What's interesting about this whole kit sound, in the drum kit sound, is that we have a real drum kit on this. A real player, Ollie Tandon, smashed this, and we played it in his like container, which we parked up next to. Very, very cool process. And I did layer some like real kit because it was a container. It was really reverby and really echoey. Let's see if we can hear some of that just on its own. So this is that kick completely on its own. And you can hear the echo that comes off the back of that. So what I wanted to do was get a tighter kick in the end. So I just laid up a couple of other sounds. So quite sloppy actually, quite like messy kicks. And a really cut through kick there, which will be for the chorus. Just to get some of that in there. And let's go down to the whole kit. The rest of the drums are just done as you would normally have a drum kit. Overheads, kick, high tom, mid tom, floor tom, top and bottom of snare. Let's go for this chorus.
Close your back before
Sounds great. He does a wicked fill in the middle here. Let's see if I can find where it is. Yeah, in on that. It's not going to play it on this old hard drive, is it? But let's give it a go. Let's try and play all of that together. That is the entire song. Oh no, I tell a lie. We have harmonies somewhere. Backing vocals. Here we go. Again, that real big crowd sound that I love so much. Which is just stacks of layers. Loads of layers. Wow, I haven't used Vocal Rider for a long time. And just some big reverb, some big spaces. And panned nicely just to get a bit of space. Obviously a lot of this will be changed in the mixing, but a big sense of space. So that's it. That's everything for how I made Young and Free. And it's so fun looking back at these old productions. I feel like I'm looking at somebody else's project, but ultimately what matters is just getting the song down as you hear it and how it is up in your head, and making sure you can get all of those expressions and all of those what's the word I'm looking for? All of those details, all of the passion and the rawness of the songwriting. As long as everything's supporting the songwriting, I think that's all you ever need to worry about in producing your music. It doesn't matter if you're not doing it the professional way. What I do think really matters is having a professional mixer involved, having a professional master involved, and you can really, really change a whole production. Would the song sound completely different if I did it now? Hell yeah, it would. But this is a timestamp for where we were at on this trip, and I'm really proud of it, and I don't listen to it and regret any sounds, anything that we did. So yeah, if you want to check out how production and everything is going on the bus now, and with the team that we've got, and everything is sounding so good at the minute, and if you want to check out any music that we've been making and any music we've been releasing, we've hit over 2 million streams for the artists we've been working with, and I must admit, I'm very proud of everything that's coming out of this bus at the moment. So if you want to check out any productions at all, head to our website, www.madeontheroad.co.uk. You can check out the link right here. If you want to connect over with me and myself and follow what's happening on the bus, my name is George Jazzman Holliday on Instagram. That's 2 L's in Holiday, don't forget that. And if you want to have a 30-minute call with me, at the top of the comments, there's a comment that's pinned to the top. You can click on that and book a call with myself, and we can just chat for 30 minutes. Grab a coffee, chat, have some fun, and hear all about the music and what you want to get out of it. And if I'm not the right guy for the job, I'll certainly let you know somebody that I think can help you, and I'm proud to call a friend within the industry. So check all of that out, and I will see you in the next video. Check out these 90-second tips that we've been doing at the moment. There's loads of hacks and great things that you can do and learn. It takes you 90 seconds to learn how to do many things with your productions and your songwriting, just so that you can get the best out of your ideas. So ultimately, when you're working with a producer, your ideas are sounding as good as possible and they can't go wrong. I will see you next week in the next video on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Until then, stay safe, look after each other, and remember, never stop creating.